So we've just got this last bit on the starboard side to sand. We're just coming up to here. We'll get this done. Doing this rubbing stripe by hand first. And we've got some P320 from a sanding block onto a back of a piece of sanding disc, which helps hold it in place. It's pretty good stuff. So we'll get this sanded and then we'll get machine on and outside at cabin, and then tomorrow we'll go and get some panel wipe and wipe it down and spot the epoxy in places where it's been a bit thin and gone through, and spot all these back up. Clean's pretty easy, this, just flick it up. Yeah, we've masked off a bit, sanded this down. There's a few places that it's burned through, so we'll have to, like here, I'll blend that back in with some epoxy primer, and so that's roof and two sides done. Really took them down quite to a smooth finish. So today I'm going to duck back and sand this stern, get this somewhat like. Yeah, well, I'd be glad to see these go back on. It's rear button and alt fenders down outside. So that means it'll be finished when these go back on, and hopefully to a nice standard. So this morning, we've got these to fill. I just tack weld it on so it don't distort doors, and we'll mix some body filler up. Put masking tape on. it won't go where we don't want it. There we go. One taped up. I'll get these taped up, mix and fill it up. One thing I have found out today is there's a lot more to than just going in and saying, can I have some high build primer for steel. There's all sorts of primers on marine industry. Luckily I've got a few people in now. I'll have to call on later for some advice, see what best to use. There's all sorts about spraying by watching various videos, but obviously not learnt enough. Always mix these tennis ball to a P ratio. You might have to fill it, sand it, and maybe fill it in a few places again. So that filler we've put on to try and tidy these up is all gone off now, set solid. So I'm going to sand them and show you what it looks like once it's done. So sanded that and blended it in. You can just see there, just nicked it there. So just put a bit more filler in than that to bring it back to level. Another day, another dollar. Wow, it's really hot in here. It's about 9:30 and it is red hot. So we've got a fan blowing down. And what we're going to do today is get everything blown down, get all dust, and then touch up, blow all this off, wipe it down with some panel wipe, and then touch in spots where we've burnt through with sander, and then we'll cover roof back up. So let's get to it. So I've just washed our boat down with clean cold water to get majority of dust off, and we'll do it again now with panel wipe. So what we've got now, we've got some 1K epoxy primer, and we're going to give this a check up. We're going to wipe all down the roof. Wherever it's burnt through, or it looks like it's burnt through a little bit, we're going to overcoat with this epoxy primer, just so that we know that we've got everything covered before we put some eye build on. Well, I don't know how long we'll be working here. We'll have to call it a day shortly because it's just stifling in here, and we'll have to come back this evening when it calms down a bit. Could be a cocktail in here. Here's one we forgot. We'll take this diesel cap off, tape it up, and sand inside there. So we've just masked this up and put some polythene under it, so no fumes can get out and no dust can get in. A few little spikes, little bits of weld where it's burnt and stuck when it's been painted. I'll just get them off with this. You don't want them little spikes on. When you rub it down for the second time, it'll just be there. When you go over them with sandpaper, there's one up there, just flick them off. So when you go over with sandpaper, across the little pinheads, they just stick it and won't leave no primer on, so better doing it now. Better getting them off now, and then you can get some bit of epoxy back over them. So we're going to go over it all with single pack epoxy. Wherever I've burnt through to steel. Morning. I've come in a bit earlier this morning, but it was still about 8 o'clock and the sun was pretty high, and come to see how much cooler it is on a morning for spraying on a morning. But yeah, it was still hot. I mean, as now, you won't be able to paint at 9 o'clock as what it is. And a little bit earlier we got the problem that, yeah, we've got condensation on tarpaulin. These are things that I'm coming across that I'll share with you. But, trying to paint in, obviously, in a polytunnel. I'll show you condensation. So, because sun's coming up, obviously it's moisture and everything, so I think it might be best to, especially here, just in this spot where the sun comes and rises up above, to get some black tarpaulin and put it on that side, at least up to there, up to the middle, and that just might give us enough chance to get it painted before steel gets too hot. This side's still okay. Back's just warming up a little bit, and we've put this fan on to see if it helps eliminate this condensation, because although it isn't a lot, we just get odd water dropping, which obviously can ruin a paint job. I mean, it's not too bad at primer stage, but I'd be gutted. I'd be gutted if it dropped on a finish. Not that we know what finish is going to look like, but this side at the minute it's just stifling. So yeah. So we'll see if that fan eliminates condensation. I think we'll go and get some black tarpaulin for this side, and we'll put that on, and hopefully that'll cool it down a little bit more. So today we're going to we'll get some etching primer, and we're going to mask the bottom of this boat off. Got some more tape on, hopefully to keep everything off, up into water. See how we go. There we've got those black tarpaulin on. Just left a bit of a gap, just get a bit of light. Yeah, all's good. I'll go and have a coffee now, and then go and get some etching primer, and we'll blow this down again. So we had a busy day yesterday. We washed it all down with clear water and then panel wiped it. We've etch primed wherever there were things gone through. We did put some epoxy on in some places, but since we were getting near time for painting, I didn't want to put epoxy on just in case it didn't evaporate quick enough and trapped any solvent behind. So we've used etching primer, and the plan is we're going to prime it up to here, up to front at bow, because this hangs out and can't reach to get in with spray gun. So when we've done that, I'm going to paint all this side at boat, and then we'll turn it round and up bow, unless I do feel a bit daring and I can get in, but it'd be extremely hard. Could do with borrowing somebody's little dinghy and I'd be able to do it, but anyway, that's the plan. and we've got all doors sanded down. We get some pieces of timber up on these here to hang doors on to paint them. We've got all this black sheeting up, and that keeps it cool in here, nice and cool, up until around about 10-11, so that gives us plenty of time to go around with spray gun and see how far we can get done. We've got all these filled up with a few little bits to do, but what I build filler don't get, then we'll refill it. But it's been rubbed down at least twice now, washed and rubbed down with fine sandpaper. So we've got these, we've got a box of Scotch Brights. The other exciting thing that happened was we got this compressor. So this is the thing that will make it all possible. Just got to put a bit of duct into outside so that it's drawing clean air to keep it cool. So yeah, and that's it. We'll see how we get on today. Well, this is what we've got to do today. Scotch Bright in it all is where I've touched up these places where it's gone through, and you get that misting or overspray, so getting all that off, and we'll blow it down. Blow it all off now. Oh well, the big day's arrived. We're gonna get this spraying a go and see how we go on. And the Evans have decided to give it a go. So yeah, we just put this temporary bit of polythene on that I was given about a week ago. Stroke of luck. So, and it's cool. So hopefully it God's the ways. We're going to get this top off and get it all panel wiped down. Wish us luck. So before we can put primer on, we've just got to seal these last few places up, like here, where they've just spot welded. It's solid welded on the other side, but here, so we're just going to seal it. We have to seal, seamless sealer. Well, yesterday was a disaster. We got finally to get some paint on last night, and to be fair, it's covered quite well, but it was coming out pretty dry, and compressor were using too much air, I think. Paint was a bit thick, I think, and so we got quite a bit of overspray on sides here. I was gonna sheet it off, but I didn't, which caused me probably more work. And we were getting water in compressor, so I might have to see if I can get some air to it, to motor, to keep it a bit cool. But it looks like Sunday's going to be a nice cool day, so hopefully let's get it sorted out and maybe have a go again on Sunday. We'll get some wood up and for hanging doors up and see if we can get them done. But the spray pattern was pretty good. I don't know. I just think the paint was too thick. Well, we're going to flat this back off and we'll see where we go from here. Right, we just wondering whether to put a dryer on it or just put a water separator on it. We'll see. Yeah, it's a bit hard to show you on camera, but that went pretty easy to nib it back down and get back to some sort of where we were. So we'll get this dryer unit and we'll start again. Fingers crossed this time it goes alright.